Hi, Darrin Lile here again. I think I'm calling this the Blender Journal. Not sure yet. But what I'm working on today is a project I did a couple of months ago for a company called Code Blue Communications. And what this is a, I don't know, it's a, what would you call it? Um, well, I don't know exactly what you'd call it, but it is an animation. Um, and so, what Code Blue Communication mainly does is they make medical supply um, equipment for hospitals. Um, and just a minute, I'm trying to get the chat back up here. So that's what I'm struggling with here. Trying to make sure technology doesn't get the better of me, although that may be out of the question. Here we go. Okay. Looks like I jumped the gun. All right. So, hello. So, what I was saying is this is a project I was working on a couple of months ago for a company called Code Blue Communications. And they make medical equipment enabled with Bluetooth. So basically wireless medical equipment and that kind of thing. So their newest product is something that I think they call a beacon relay. And what it does is it allows them to see where a physician or a nurse is. Let me show you the original video I did. This is an animation I did in Blender for them. So these are beacons on the beds, and you can see them light up here at the sink and at the bed, and it also cuts through the signal that's going out from the beacons. So I did this so that they could put this on their website and show it to people. So what they want now is another 5 to 10 seconds at the beginning of this that has just these beacons here blinking, because they've when they play this for people, I guess when it begins they don't really get that the beacons are over here. So they're hoping that we can add like 5 to 10 seconds at the beginning of all the beacons just blinking. So I'm beginning to work on that. So here it is. Here's the animation in Blender, and you can see, let me tumble around here. You can see what I've done is used these polygon planes as a mask, I guess you could call it. Where is it? So I called them invisibility cloaks. So that as the character moves into one of the waves, it turns on and then stretches out and cuts off that portion of the wave, right? So I don't really need to deal with or redo any of that part. What I really need to work on is, if I come back over here to the animation view, what I really need to work on is taking all of this, moving it down 5 or 10 seconds, and adding the blinking at the beginning. So this is going to have to make me think. I think what I should do for at the beginning here is just take a look at the this here. Let me just hit Control up and take a look at what I did with the actual beacons here. So here's beacon 1, 2, and 3. And so here is the animation here. Let me hit the B key and border select these. So here is beacon 3 that comes on. And up here is beacon 1. Okay, so it looks like what I'm doing is fading in the intensity of the emission. Let me make sure that that's correct. So let's grab this one. This one is beacon 2. This one is beacon 1. Let's deal with beacon 1 first. Here is the material. It's just emission. And so what I can do then, if I take this, let me bring it. Here we go. If I click and drag this, see, you can see the strength go up and down as I move through here. And that's what these are here, right here. Okay. So what I need to do is blink them a few times at the beginning. So how is everybody here? Let me just say hi. Hello, hello, hello. Sleep? Are you asleep or were you asleep? Did I wake you up? Hey, have you tried the Eevee render thing in 2.8? Yes, I have tried it. I installed the newest version, beta 2.8, and I tried it. It's cool, but it crashes just every like 2 minutes. So, and that's okay. I mean, it's an alpha or a beta or whatever. So, someone says, Quentin says, welcome back. Welcome back. Respect the beard. Yes, I think that is a new thing I will say whenever I meet someone new. Hi, respect the beard. I love it. So let's see if I can move this, all this animation, or all these keyframes, I should say, all of this forward. I'm going to go ahead and move it all 240 frames. Let's do that. I'm just going to hit the A key, and I'll hit G, and let's just move it 240 frames. Right there. Okay. So now I've got that. It should now, if I hit play, just hang there for 10 seconds or so. Let's just make sure. We go back to the camera view here. And I'll just hit play. And yeah, so the waves still go. That's good. And then we hit frame 240. And the little dude kicks in and moves around. Okay, that's good. Now, the next thing we need is the blinking. And it looks like when I am at the brightest, it's an intensity strength of 30. So, how quickly should these blink? One every 24 frames, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, let's begin with this one here. This is the beacon 1. And if I turn on materials, let me just turn on materials real quick just so we can see this. You can see it's got a green, or yellow, I guess I should say. Okay. So this needs to blink however many times. Let's see. Okay. So I give it maybe 2 seconds at the beginning, do you think? And then begin the blinking once every 5 seconds, once every second. Not sure. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here to the strength, right click, insert keyframe, and then I'm gonna go forward. I'm gonna go forward how much? 2 seconds to frame 48. And then I need to insert another keyframe right there. And then I want to blink them. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, here, I'm going to turn on my screen display. Sorry about that. Oh, I've got to deal with all this again. Hang on. 36 and operator box. I don't want an icon. I want, there we go. Okay, now get this back to solid. Okay, so we've inserted a keyframe there. 24 frames from here is 60 or 72. So I'm going to go forward 12 frames to 60. Let's say. Insert a keyframe over here on the strength. Well, before I do that, I ought to take the strength up to 30, right? Because it was at 30 for the others. Insert a keyframe here. Replace keyframe. There we go. And that should go down and up. Okay, so there's 30 strength. How long do you think this should be? It's 3:10 a.m. there in Malaysia. What are you doing awake? You should be getting some sleep. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. And from the Ukraine, thank you for joining. Wow. And Japan, 4 o'clock in the morning. When do you people sleep? Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me here. What I'm working on is a project that I did a few months ago, maybe. And what they want is an add-on to it, an extra 5-10 seconds at the beginning for the beacons here to flash, to draw the eye to them so that the viewer sees that they're there in the room. So this is the animation I did for them maybe in January. And they just want these things to blink. See how they come on when he gets close to the bed there. They just want those things to blink at the beginning so the viewer's eyes will be drawn to them, because that's the product. That's what they're, trying to advertise. Okay, so 12 frames. You know what? I really think this should probably go back. I'm trying to figure out how long these things should blink, 48, let's say let's just try 56. And then to 64. Duplicate, Shift D, move that over. And then I'm going to grab this one and duplicate it and move it over to, say, 72, something like that. So duplicate, move that over. Okay, so that theoretically should be a blink. But how do we know? How can we, what we need to do is see it. What if I, could we see it just like this? Let me see. Yeah, we can kind of see it there. Really bad quality, but if I hit play, what'll happen? A little bit too long. We could also render it out real quick just to see it. So it's from frame, I don't know, we could go from frame 30 to frame 80. So let's try that. I'm going to plug in 30 and 80. And then let's get rid of this. Now let's go over and do a test render. So I don't need it at full quality. I've got 1920 by 1080 here. So I'm going to take that down to like 25%. I don't need that very high at all. And I've got the render at 125. Let's take it down to 50 just to see. And I had to put it in a temp folder instead of my rendered frames. I should try and put it in a temp folder. So let me open this up. There's my rendered frames from the final animation before. Let me create a new folder, call this test render, and let's throw those frames in there like that. Okay, so we got that in there. Let's see how it looks. Let's give it a try. I'm going to click animation and let's see what happens. Let's see what blows up. Let me make, yeah, 30 to 80. Here we go. All right, so how long is each frame taking here? Each frame's taking a full 10, 11 seconds. Let's not do that. That's a little bit too much. Let's let's take it down to 720 and 25. That's just too long to have to wait just to see if it's going to blink. Let's take it down to 25 here. All right, let's try that. Animation, here we go. Try it again. 3 seconds. Okay, that might work. Let's give it a try. So, what's going on out here? Let's see. Hey, I plan on either making an animation or game. I love coding, can't pick. Well, if you love coding, do a game, for God's sake. Animation, there isn't a whole lot of coding in there, so I would say do a game. What am I making? Oh, it's a animation for a company called Code Blue Communications, and they make medical equipment with Bluetooth technology. There you go. And so this is I did this not a long time ago, a bit ago, and now they want an extra bit at the beginning. So that's what I'm doing now. They want these things to flash. Okay, I can see it coming on. That's good. That's a good sign right there. Okay. So now I'm just doing a test just to see how it's going to look. Hello from Brazil. Thank you for joining us. Where's the best country for coding? There aren't any places here in South Africa. What do you mean by places? Like a place to work? Like a country that has companies to work for? Thank you. Yes. Oh my God, I'm back. I'm one of your students from Udemy. Oh, well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. By the way, I was going to mention that, speaking of Udemy, I've got a course on Udemy about learning animation, which is kind of what we're doing here today with this project here. But for the next 4 days or so, this course is on sale for 74% off. So it's only $12.99. But at the end of this episode here, I'm going to give out 5 coupons to get that course for free. So check it out. It'll be coming up at the end here. So let's now see if that looks good. What I'm going to do is bring up Premiere here, and I'm going to create a new project just because I'll just go here. And I'm going to close this. So I'm just using Premiere to play the frames. It's just easy for me to do that here. So let me find the test render. Here are the frames. Import. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Options, image sequence. And now I'm going to make this 24 frames like it was in, there we go, in Blender. And I just want to test it out, see how it looks. Okay. Let me see how quickly it, that's too long, right? So if I play, that's playing back at 24 frames. Well, it's not bad actually. Could be a little bit shorter, but that's really not bad. Okay. So what if and it's maybe the, oops. Here, let's now, so what I'm going to do is grab all of these, just hit the B key and border select all of these, move the cursor back to here, and then I'm going to scale these back. Just hit the S key and you can scale from the cursor here like that. All right, let's try that. I'm going to try it again. Animation, let that go again. Get rid of this one. Yep, want to get rid of that. Okay. And we'll see how this works. So let's see what's going on here. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. Just looking to see what's going on. I'm just scrolling through here. Argentina and California. Well, that's kind of like a whole other country. I used to live in Los Angeles a long time ago in the 90s. I worked in the film business out in LA, believe it or not. I got out of there. Please speak Japanese. You know, I took 2 semesters of Japanese in college, and I remember none of it. So, there you go. um, so, hello from Germany. Wow, what time is it in Germany? Is that like so if it's 2:30 there, is it 8 or if it's 2:30 here, is it 8:30 there? Is that right? Okay, this is there it's blinking now. It's come on, so and there it's gone off. Okay, so that looks like it's working. I'll let it go for another 10 frames here. So once again, if you're just joining us, this is an animation I did a while ago, and this is for a medical equipment company called Code Blue Communications, and they just need a little bit added to the beginning here with these things blinking at the beginning of the animation. So we're just going back and doing a little tweak. So now we got that. Let's go back. Let's import that and let's see how it worked. If it worked. There's that. And let me make sure. Come on. There it is. It's at 24. And here we go. Okay, so let's try this. That's a good speed. I like that. Okay, so now that I know that that's the speed we want it, let's now just duplicate it to get it. Okay, so now, so here's the beginning. We just need to duplicate this, but in a regular pattern though. Let me control up arrow and let's, so how many times can I duplicate this? Let's say, so it goes from 48 to 66. So that looks like 18 frames, right? And we've got 10 seconds. All right, so I'm going to just hit G and move this to, let's move it to frame 40. Frame 40. So if it's 18, let's go forward 20 frames, 60, to make our lives easier. Duplicate like that. So 60 to 80. Let's try this. Duplicate and move it forward. 1, 2, 3, 100. So I think this will probably work. And if this works, then I just need to do the same thing for all the other tracks, or the other 2. Shift D, move it forward. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's grab all of these. Let's move them forward a bit. Something like to right here. Well, let me see. can't really fit it at 140. I'll put it in at 130, like that. Okay. So now let's see how it works. I'm going to go from 120 to 230. Okay. 120 to 230. 120, 230. Now let's go back. Let's go into that. Where is it? I'm going to go into that test render folder and get rid of all of these. I don't need these right now. So move to trash. And then 120 to 230. Here we go. Animation. All right. So let's see how this works. Let's see. Yeah, the 2.8 is wonderful, or it's going to be wonderful. It isn't currently. Yeah, it kept crashing on me, so I deleted it. Just scrolling through to see where everybody's from. Hello from New Jersey. Greetings from the Kingdom of Fife, Scotland. Great to have you here. So, Darrin teaches C#. No, I don't teach C#. Yeah, Blender. Yeah. I know just enough about coding to be, you know, dangerous. I don't pretend to be an expert on coding. I can do just enough in Unity to cause myself some headaches. Argentina, hello. Okay. So how are we doing on the render here? We're at 150. Well, you know, I could cancel it here in a few frames and get just a sense of how it's going. Well, no, there's only been one blink. I gotta wait for another blink here. Okay. Well, yesterday I mentioned my website, Blender 101, and people went there, and I appreciate that. And what happened was it was broken. So I appreciate the people who contacted me to tell me that it was broken. But if you're interested in learning more about Blender, I've got some courses here on Blender 101. It's taking a while because I'm rendering, so it's taking a little while here. But there it is. Finally. I've got courses here that will help you get up to speed in Blender if you're just beginning. I've got a new character course in progress. I've put 3 of the parts out so far, and I've got other character courses, game asset course, game courses, animation production, that kind of thing. So please check out Blender 101 when you get a chance. And as I said, I'll be giving away a coupon to get this course right here for free at Udemy. I'll be giving that away here in just a few. Is this still going? Man. Oh, wow, this is cool. I studied Blender through your YouTube videos, and now I'm a Unity developer and creating games and educational products, and I'm so grateful. Wow, that is really cool. So that is awesome. I'm glad the videos were helpful. And if you don't know about it, you can go to my YouTube channel, and there are like 200 free videos dealing with character modeling, animation. So take a look at that. You bought a Blender rocket. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad. Please support Blender and the Blender Foundation. They have been doing fantastic work. So please help support them. I am subscribed to the Blender Cloud, which is about 10 a month. So please do the same if you can. Please help support Blender so they can continue making this great product. Well, it's not really a product because it's free, right? So looks like my render is almost done here. In fact, I could probably cancel it now and get a pretty good sense of how it's going to work. Yeah, I'll hit escape, and now what let's do is let's go, I'm going to go back over to Premiere here, and yeah, I get that that's not going to be there. I get that. Let's clear. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to bring those frames back in now. I don't need the last one, so I don't need to even do that. I just need to select the first one. Select that. All right. Let me get this back to 24 frames. There we go. And let's take a look at it. See how we did. Okay. All right, so let's... That's not bad. I like the little... Yeah, I think that'll work okay. Okay, so now I have the basic timing of it. Now let's go back and finish this up. So I need to do this for all of these. So wondering if I can take all of this animation. I don't even know. Can I take all of this animation and put it on another object? I'm sure I can. I mean, I'm sure I could, but how? Oh, you know what I may be able to do is if I take, okay, let me try this. If I grab this one and then also select this one, press Control L. Oh, look at this. Animation data. Really? Is it that easy? Oh my God. I'm gonna try it. Well, before I do, I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna save a new version of it. There we go. Okay, now, so anytime you do anything like this where you don't know how it's going to turn out, save a version of it. All right, so now I'm going to press Control L and animation data. No. Dang it. Wouldn't that be cool? I thought for sure it would pop up here. You know? But it didn't. Okay. Well, and you know what? It may, because if I choose the character here, you can see all the animation data down here, right? You can see all the keyframes. But when you're dealing with a material like this up here, you're dealing with a material like this, it has no keyframes down here or in here. So that may not work. Yes, is it possible to unite these frames in an animation in Blender? Yes, it is, without an external program. Yeah, it is. I'm so used to doing it that way, but if you go to the video editing and then I haven't used this in a long time is why I'm so let me see. Well, this is that selection right there. So what is it? Shift A, clip, no. Movie, I think it's, or is it image or image sequence here. Okay. And then if I go to test render, select that. And there's oftentimes a thing to make sure it's an image sequence, or should I just hit A? I'll hit A for all of it. And let's give this a try. Add image strip. Yeah, there it is right there. So it's pretty small. Let me zoom in. And then you can just hit, is it Alt A, right? There it is. Yeah. So yeah, you can do it here as well. So I guess I should have done that. So all that is Shift A and image. So we can take a look at it here. I'll hit play. And there it is. All right. So let me go back to animation. And I'm kind of upset that I can't just copy this. And I bet I could, as I said, I bet I could if it wasn't a material. What if I, wait a minute. No. If I copy the material, then I'll copy the color. And I don't want to do that. Because if I hit Control L and copy the materials, I don't want to do that. Because that would change the color to the same as that one. All right. Dang it. I'll do it the old-fashioned way and just do it. All right. So I'm going to move that forward. Change it to 30. Insert keyframe. Move it forward. So actually now I can just duplicate and move. Select that, duplicate, and move. So then, now that I've got that, I can take this whole thing, duplicate, and move that over to there, and just keep going. Yeah, so this didn't take very long. This was fine. I'm just whining and complaining that I can't just do it automatically. There we go. Okay. Let's now do the third beacon, which is over here. And let's try this. So right here, I'm going to insert a keyframe here. And then take this up to 30. Insert a keyframe here. And now I can just duplicate. So not too tough. There we go. All right, and just duplicate. That's not right. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see. Like this. There we go. Like that. This. And that. All right, so now they should all blink. Let's give it a try. I'm going to have to, once again, test render it. So I'm going to go back to that folder and get rid of all these. I don't need all of these. Move to trash. And now let's hit animation and try it again. And this time we'll bring it into Blender. So let me go back over here. Actually, I should have done this before. Let me just hit and erase. Okay. Back to animation and hit animation. And there it goes. So now let's see how it works. Hopefully we'll get this done in the next few minutes and we can test it out. You couldn't find the latest course on Udemy. No, that's true. So the one at Blender 101 here, this one, the new game character course, it's only here at Blender 101 as I'm creating it. So I've done 3 and put them out so far, and I've done 2 others that haven't been put, or 2 other pieces of it. The bit in Substance Painter, and I also did some hair creation in Krita. So those 2 I'll put up here as well pretty soon. But then once it's all done, it will then go on Udemy. So currently it's only available at Blender 101. But it will go to Udemy as well when it's all done. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Copy the dope sheet nodes. This is from Kevin here. With only that object visible, then hide it and make the target object visible and paste in the dope sheet. Really, that works. That is awesome. Thank you. I will have to try that. I knew you could do it. I mean, obviously in Blender you can do just about everything, which is just amazing. As I said, I have used this program for probably 15 years now, and I still learn new things almost every day. So it is so awesome. Let's see. The medical equipment demo. Oh, okay. I see. You're explaining for other people. I appreciate that. Let's see. Can I use the coupon on the course, create a game environment? No. So when I give out this, I'll give out 5 coupons to get this course for free right here. But on another day, I'll give out coupons for that particular one as well. So the create game environment one, I'll do that on another day. Let's see, what else? Let's see. Okay. All right. Do I do any Python scripting? And if so, are you able to teach that? No, I'm not really good with Python. There was a time a long, long time ago when I could maybe hold my own, but I'm afraid it's all gone now. So I don't think I could teach that. I would not feel qualified to do that in Blender. I've watched so many of your tutorials. You're a good teacher. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I did want to say that what I'm doing here is really more of kind of just a production journal as I do different things with Blender. I'll be putting it up here. These really aren't tutorials, so I hope you don't feel like, you know, that I guess what I'm saying is if you really want a more organized tutorial, then there are free ones on my YouTube channel, and also you can go to Blender 101 and get very you know, organized, planned out tutorials or online Blender courses. So I just wanted to, you know, I don't want people to think that they're coming here and they're going to get a very organized tutorial. That's not what this is. This is me kind of working in a chaotic, weird kind of way and hanging out with you guys and just being able to use Blender and that's it. So just wanted to say that. Well, this is almost done here. We've got just 5 more frames. So once this is done, I will then use Blender to bring in the video. I should have done that at the beginning. Almost done here. There it is. Okay. So now let's go over to video editing. I will put my cursor there and bring in an image sequence, hit A, add image strip, and here it is, Alt A. Oh, that's not bad actually. Okay, so I'm gonna have to render that out. It's probably gonna take an hour or two to render that out at HD. But I think that'll work. Cool. Okay. So as promised, I'm going to, here is, well, let me find it, a coupon to get the Learn Animation Production with Blender at Udemy. The free coupon code is Learn Anim coupon, and got to have that in there too. And there are only 5 available, so get them while they're hot. That's the coupon code. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't get the free one, we'll try again on another day. So So I think that's it for today. Thank you for joining me here, and hopefully we can keep doing this. So I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.